Hey everyone, welcome to this hopefully quick demo on upgrading Debian. So I had someone ask me about how to upgrade Debian, and since Trixie came out on the 9th, so that would have been on Saturday, August 9th. I'm going to give you a quick demo of how to do this. So I'm currently running Debian 12 Bookworm inside of a VM. I'm using the Mate desktop, but I don't think it really matters what you're using. And
Debian 12, Debian.
Let's go over here to the VM. And as you can tell, if I hit Control-Alt-D,
Desktop, Chris's home icon.
I'm intentionally using Voxen because I want to see what happens when we perform the upgrade. So let's get started with this. Now, because this is Debian, you have to do this manually. And it is a little involved, but there's good reason for that. I think the primary one is just to make sure that you know exactly what you're doing. And you know that you don't rush anything or it doesn't fail. So this process should work pretty well. This is a clean install of Debian 12. And the first thing that you have to do is go into the terminal,
Chris at Debian,
and do an update. So sudo apt update.
Sudo password for Chris.
I'll just type my password. The password is password, but this is just because this is a test VM for demo purposes.
0% working. Hit 1 http://dev.debian.org/Debian bookworm in release hit 2.
Right, it's gonna update.
All packages are up to date.
Good, my software is up to date. So that's the important piece. Your system needs to be completely updated before you do this. Next thing you should do is back up your data, and I'm not going to do that because number one, there's not anything important to be backed up on here, and number two, I don't have anything set up for it, which I know is not the greatest thing to do for a demo like this, but this is just to demonstrate the core process. How you back up your data is completely up to you, and I'm not going to cover it because there's a bunch of ways that you could do it. Me personally, I would recommend that you back up information in your home folder so that you have backups of your important data, and the vast majority of that can be found inside your home folder. You can reinstall the operating system, you can reinstall programs, but you can't get your personal files back, so that's what you should be mainly concentrating on. You could use Timeshift to make backups of the entire system if you wanted to. That's up to you. But the key thing is that your critical data is backed up and that you have access to it. Next thing that we need to do is modify the apt lists file to basically point at the new distribution repositories. So the way you do that is you do let's do sudo nano, and I will include these commands in the description of the video on YouTube. So nano /etc/apt/sources.list. And actually, if I just type lis and hit tab, it will complete it.
New nano 7.2/blank. Number drom, Debian new /Linux 12.11.0 bookworm official AMD 64 net inst with grader blank. Deb http:/deb src http.
So there are a few lines in here. There are 6 of them.
Deb http://deb.debian.org/debian/bookworm main non-free firmware.
Basically, you're going to replace every instance of Bookworm with Trixie, Trixie. I'll do one of them to demo, and then I will pause the recording and modify the rest of them. So if I just hit the home key and then move with the right arrow,
space http://debian.debian/bookworm space m
Right, so I'm going to move my
space
cursor right after the M
number deck draw ROWKOOB
and backspace that out. Type TRIXIE
space slash space TRIXIE space
and make sure you keep the spaces intact and the rest of these lines intact. Just change the names from bookworm or whatever version you're upgrading from to Trixie or the new version. This is also, by the way, how you would configure your Debian system to receive updates from the testing branch. You just replace the code name with testing, TESTING.
Deb src http
And I'll do one more here just to show you.
space m space MROWKOOB
Type Trixie.
EIXIT space TRIXIE space blank.
And there are 4 more lines that I need to modify. So
Audacity.
I'm going to pause the recording and do that real quick, and then I'll come back. Okay, I'm back. And sorry if you can hear my dad in the background. I think he's blowing his nose. It's very loud for some reason. All right, so I've modified these lines to basically have Trixie, TRIXIE, instead of bookworm in them. And I'm going to save the file. So Control X,
Save modified
Y,
file name to write Chris at Debian
and Enter. And now I'm back at the terminal. Now what we need to do is update the repositories. So we'll do sudo apt update.
0% working. Get 1 http/e
And
building
it's going to retrieve the list of packages. Now if I read up the terminal,
one that reading state build read fetch get 15 8 get 4 get 0 get 6 get 11 http get 9 http get 8 http
right, it says get and then the link to the repository. So I did that correctly. Now at the bottom,
get fetch reading package building reading state in 1062 packages can be upgraded. Run app list upgradable to see them.
right, this is all the new packages in the Trixie repository. Now, before you continue, you may, like I said, I think I said this before, but if I haven't, I will say it again. And if I have, or well, yeah, if I have, I will say this again. From what I've been reading in the official instructions, it's recommended that you uninstall software that wasn't in the official repositories because that might cause problems with the upgrade. But I don't think that's going to be an issue here. But if you had some other programs installed or you configured some other repositories on your system, you may want to disable them and perform the upgrade. Of course, if we're talking about that, I really think the best way to do this is just to clean install. I am a big fan of clean installing when you're upgrading because yes, it might take some more work to configure your system and install the applications you want, but you know that the experience will just work and it will be nice and clean. Whereas with an upgrade like this, you might have some problems. So now that I've done an apt update, we need to do this in 2 stages. Sudo apt upgrade -- without-new-pkgs.
Reading package list.
And
After this operation, need to get to 500 Zenity Common Zip 563 upgraded, 0 newly installed, 0 to remove and 499 not upgraded. Zenity 563 upgraded, 0 newly installed.
right, so what this does is it updates all the packages on your system that have updates, but it doesn't install or remove any packages. So it's recommended to do this first before you actually perform the upgrade itself.
Need to get 207 megabytes of archives. After this operation, 9,140 kilobytes of additional disk space will be used.
All right, so I'm going to hit Y.
0% working. Get 18, get 300,
And
get
it's gonna-
0, 2, 6,
it's going to do its
3,
thing here.
6,
I'm just
7,
hitting the control key.
9, 40, 5, 6, 9, 50,
Now-
1, 9, 7, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. Speech
I'm
disabled.
going to hit Orca key and S to temporarily turn off the speech. Now, depending on the speed of your connection and your hard drive or your SSD, this might take a while. But basically, it's going to run and do its thing. And at some point, you might get a big block of text. So if I turn on speech,
Speech enabled. The behavior was not really well defined, as it contains
Right, so I'm reading up the screen.
App list changes, news, blank. Blank. App list changes, 4.0, blank. App list changes, 4.0, experimental, urgency equals medium, blank. App list changes has a new rewritten to app list changes has a new maintainer and has been significantly rewritten to address numerous bug reports and make numerous stability and functionality improvements. See changelog.debian for details.
Okay, this is a big, long, like, text thing about changes in some of the packages. I think this is actually upgrading apt. So you can read through this if you want. I don't care. But it will tell you what's changed and things like that. I'm going to hit Q,
Bet 554
which
setting servers
continues the installation.
progress 0. Restart services during library
Now-
upgrade. Be done for you automatically. Choose prompted
Now,
on each upgrade. Restarts
if I
make certain
bring up the
there are
terminal
services
here.
installed on your system which need to be restarted when certain libraries, such as libm, linc, and libsl, are upgraded. Since these restarts may cause interruptions of service for the system, you will normally be prompted on each upgrade for the list of services you wish to restart. You can choose this option to avoid being prompted. Instead, all necessary restarts will be done for you automatically so you can avoid being asked questions on each library upgrade. Blank. Restart services during package upgrades without asking yes/no.
Basically, it's asking if you want to restart services when you upgrade packages without asking you constantly. I'm going to hit Y and hit enter because I don't want to be constantly asked.
Progress. Reading database
if
34
I wanna do that.
Preparing to reading
now it's doing its thing.
unpacking reading database 5 number 53% 746 preparing to unpacking all speech disabled.
So this portion of the installation is continuing. Again, this probably won't take too long on my connection and with my computer because I'm using an NVMe drive and we have a pretty fast internet connection. So I'll give it a few more seconds, maybe a minute. But like I said, if your computer isn't this fast, you might want to, well, you do kind of need to babysit it. So maybe don't walk away, but you can do other things potentially.
Speech
Let's
enabled.
turn on the speech.
Update in the trims. Blank. Progress. 99% 57 number characters.
And it's almost done. It's still doing stuff. And
Quiz at Debian $.
all right, there's part one of the upgrade complete. The next one is sudo apt -upgrade,
Reading package list.
which is generally what I prefer to use when I'm upgrading packages or the system. Well, generally just upgrading the system
After this
itself.
operation, need to get 760, 400 entities error free, 499 upgraded, 295 newly installed, 111 to remove and 0 not upgraded.
Right now,
Need to get 764 megabytes of archives. After this operation, 834 megabytes of additional disk space will be used. Do you want to continue? Y/N.
right, so we're still using the older version of apt. Once this is done, we'll be on the new one, but I'm going to hit Y.
0% working. Get 67 H, get 220, get 280, get 300, 60%,
And we're doing the same thing here.
get 693%.
It's downloading.
Reading change logs. 5,
Packages.
6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 5, 6, 2,
I'm just
3,
trying to
50,
interrupt
1,
it so it
4,
doesn't
5.
read a bunch of stuff.
Fetched 764 megabytes in 8S, 94.5 megabytes /S, E, app.
Yeah, okay.
Diffie Hellman group star and key star blank exit found control SFT star
Now, here we
blank
are.
star this blank configuration open blank append one blank blank app less changes news file edit view app blank append 110.0 page 11 blank open SSH 10.0 page 1 includes a number of changes that may affect existing configurations. Blank. Star this release removes support for the weak DSA signature algorithm.
Right, this is some more news stuff that you can read. Once again, I'm going to hit Q.
-232 preparing to unpack removing libglib dpkg unpacking liblock
And
setting up
it's
libsnitch
going
preparing to unpack number 56
do its thing here.
replacing config file /etc/libreoffice/registry/main.xcd with new version blank replacing config progress 5% no. dpkg lib preparing to unpack 49
Okay.
preparing to unpack speech disabled.
You may be asked if you want to replace configuration files, and if you are, I think it's generally recommended that you don't do that, so that you can keep any customizations that you've made. But this system, this system is brand new, so I really don't care what happens to it.
Speech enabled. Unpacking LibreOffice help. Unpacking LibRaptor 20A
So
95%.
it is upgrading
Removing unpacking
a bunch
33
of stuff.
unpack 29 reading database reading database preparing to unpack setting up libin 20A unpacking libwicom 9 reading database adding diversion of speech disabled.
So once this is done, which hopefully won't take too much longer, I'm going to reboot, and hopefully we should be running the new version. Now, to test that, what I'll do before I reboot is check the Orca version by going into Orca help with Orca H. So Debian 12 comes with 43.1. Debian 13 comes with 48.1. So we've made a pretty significant jump in Orca versions.
Speech enabled. Setting up speech dispatcher. SS 90
doing
removing up to 53 number 28 number update in a trim blank progress 99% 57 number characters Chris at Debian $.
Now, I didn't pause the recording during these processes, so you can see that was pretty quick. But again, I have pretty fast hardware and an internet connection, so we're done. Now, if I check
screen reader version 43.1 escape exiting learn mode.
Right, so now to complete the real upgrade, we're going to do sudo reboot.
Sudo password for Chris.
Password. And the
Sorry,
system.
try again. Sudo password.
And I can't type. There we go. I think, yep, there we go. Now we're going to wait patiently for it to come back up.
Out.
Screen reader on. Frame. Text. Password text. Enter your username.
All right, it wasn't reading enter your username, so I just had to tab and shift tab back. But as you can see, it has booted. My speech is still working. I'm going to log in here. Chris and password.
Screen reader on.
Here we are. We're still using Mate.
Desktop. Icon view.
You can hit Control-Alt-D.
Screen reader version 48.1. Entering learn mode. Escape. Exiting learn mode.
And there we are. We should be running the new version of Debian.
Chris at Debian.
Go back into the terminal with Control-Alt-T. Let's do a sudo apt update.
Sudo password for Chris.
Password.
0% building dependent. All packages are up to date. Chris?
Yeah, I think we're good to go. There's a few more things that you can do. Let's do sudo apt autoremove --purge, P-U-R-G-E. This should delete some leftover packages and configuration files from Bookworm.
Building dependency. Blank. Continue. Freed space. Upgrading. 0. Installing. 0. Summary. Blank. Libs 13.
Right, so this is the new version of apt.
libmidis, libmedcrypt, libmagicwin, libmagical, libmagical, liblfmfit, libdapt, libkit, libgem0, libgu7, libgup.
There's a bunch of packages here, but if I go down here,
summary.
and I actually prefer how this version works.
Upgrading, 0, installing, 0, removing, 95, not upgrading, 0. Freed space, 765 megabytes. Blank, continue, y/n.
Hit Y and enter.
Reading database, removing liblist3a. Chris at Debian, $.
And here we are. I believe we are good to go. Let's close out of the terminal. Actually, there's a couple more things that you can do. You can do sudo apt clean
Chris at Debian, $.
and sudo apt autoclean.
Reading package lists. Chris at Debian, Chris at Debian, purging purging read processing, read purging configuration files for Python 3.11 minimal, 3.11.2 to 6 plus, purging configuration files for libpaper 1a, purging configuration purging configuration. Chris at Debian.
Yeah, okay, got rid of some config files for some older stuff. So apt autoclean and apt clean. I forget exactly what one does over the other, but basically they clean up old cached packages. One of them deletes all cached packages, even if they've been, even if they still exist in the repositories, and the other one deletes only packages that aren't in the repositories. But either way, if you want to install most software, if not all, after you run these, it will have to re-download those packages.
Icon view.
So I'm going to close out of here, and let's see if we're actually running the new version of Orca, because one of the new changes is not Orca no longer says push button.
Shutdown button, 98%.
And I should not have done that.
Switch block link. Debian 12.x 64-bit. VMware Workstation pane.
Suspend button. Shutdown button.
Yep. Let's hit
81%.
shutdown. Yep. And it just says a button now instead of push button. So make sure I'm still recording.
Recording.
Yes. So that is basically how you perform an upgrade from one Debian version to another. I hope this has helped. Like I said, I prefer testing because testing is more of a rolling release type of environment. So you just install it and then constantly upgrade packages. But yeah, that's going to do it for this demo. If you guys have any comments, questions, let me know. But until next time, take care.